Thanks for joining us for another Tantrum House crowdfunding conniption. Today we're looking at Solar 175.
And as always, we want to make sure you're aware that our crowdfunded conniption videos are sponsored in part by our own Kickstarter backers, as well as by the creators of this game. Hey gang, and thanks for joining us at Tantrum House Studio 3. I'm Will Meadows.
And I'm Sara Meadows. Today we're looking at Solar 175. This is from Cogito, ergo Meeple, and it's from designers Joseph Adams and Madeline Adams.
This is a 1 to 5 player bag building legacy game that takes about 1 to 2 hours to play. In the game you will be acting as different corporations who are vying for wealth and influence as humankind expands into the depths of the solar system. Now we're going to be looking at a prototype copy of this game today. We're not going to be sharing any opinions, but we want to help you be able to understand what the game looks like and how it plays so that you can make a better decision when it comes to backing it. Let's jump in.
To set up the game, construct the solar system by arranging the cards in the center of the table.
Set up the additional cards and tokens nearby.
Give each player their board, tokens, and cards, and then you're ready to begin.
Each player then simultaneously draws worker tokens from their bag and fills all of the available slots on their board.
Then, players allocate their workers to the matching spaces on their board and ship cards.
Then, in turn order, players will take one of the filled actions on their board, and spent workers will move to their city card.
Players may move their ship, picking up valuable ore from a mining colony.
They might hire additional workers and take the extra hiring bonus action.
Players may take advantage of trade, building outposts and bases, or they may get involved in the political climate by spending workers to vote.
Play continues with players drawing workers, assigning them, and taking actions until one player's corporation has built all of their outposts.
At the end of the game, votes are tallied for political parties. The outcome affects the final scoring, and points are tallied, and the player with the most influence wins.
Solar is an expansive, table-filling, ever-expanding universe game where players will be attempting to expand their influence, get their tokens out onto the board. Each round of the game, each time you play it, there'll be more and more added, which we'll talk about in depth here in just a second. But in the game, basically, you're trying to use your bag-building skills in order to get the resources that you need at the right time to be able to build the things that you need to be able to cover the universe with all of your pieces and tokens.
Yes, in the game, this is a campaign legacy game. So the first 4 campaigns are very similar. You're going to set up, there is the back of your board will be able to keep track of your stats for your specific corporation. And then at the end of the game, if you've completed enough, you may unlock new envelopes or boxes or things. Now, unlike a lot of legacy games, you're not going to be ripping up and removing tokens that are discarded completely from the game. Nothing will be destroyed. You will simply be adding to. So if you see on Board Game Geek, it has a weight of 4 out of 5. The first couple games are not going to be quite that weight because you haven't added everything to what will be on those later legacy games, but it is a heavier weight game compared to some.
Right, which is great. It starts off kind of walking you through and explaining the basics of the game. You're just adding tokens to your board and tallying the different resources that you have. As the universe expands, you're literally going to be adding additional planets to the outside edges of your planet. Your goals are going to change. You're going to have to work together in some cases. You'll be voting secretly in other cases, trying to sway things in your direction. And if you're able to build those mega structures, then you'll develop and grow into next levels into the game.
Yes, so everybody starts off the first couple rounds, or campaigns, I guess, with one ship. There will be new things unlocked. We know from the base rules, without doing spoilers, that there are, like he said, more places to explore and visit once technology is furthered in the game.
You can definitely learn more on their Kickstarter campaign. And then if you want to see the game in action, we're going to be doing a playthrough of it very soon. So check our channel and you can actually see what it looks like out on the table and get a really good feel for what kinds of actions are actually happening in the game.
Yeah, there's some things that will change depending on your player count. Like those pink tokens are the AI and they are wild workers, which is very nice. But there are ways for you to, like the voting mechanism, to get rid of workers out of your bag, and you can get hiring bonuses for gaining certain ones. So there's a lot going on with all of those different types of actions on your board. But really you're trying to sway the political party that will give you the end game bonus points for that game to try in your favor so that you have the most influence, hopefully by the outposts and bases and megastructure and everything that you've done and help to build in the game.
Yeah, so that sounds like the type of game that you're interested in, then definitely check it out on Kickstarter now. And then, yeah, check out our playthrough. And as always, thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed, learned some things, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
Thanks for joining us for another Tantrum House Kickstarter, no, crowdfunding.
Studio 3, I'm Will.
And
Meadows, person, last name? I don't know.
Don't know your name.
Be able to recruit the most helpful worker peoples. This is a 1 to 5 player deck dag building. Debag building. Okay, I'm gonna get it this time. Bag and fills all the investor slots on their board.
Investor slot?
I don't know where I got investor.
It's not even in the script.
Investor definitely popped in when I was reading.